There we go.
Get us through the dark times, Bamboo. Let's fucking go. Get us through
All
these
right.
dark times.
I believe we're there, my brother. How's it going?
Ooh, ooh. It's crab market. You didn't know? It's crab market.
Crab market.
It's crab market. You don't see the big traders talking about it's crab market.
Mm-mm.
The one's ready to wreck you whenever you think you're making money.
No. And for those that are just tuning in, what Kenzie and I were just saying is, I ain't fully plugged back in yet. So if you ask, hey, what do you think
Oh
about
yeah, bro.
this token or this news or that? Odds are I haven't seen it or heard it yet.
Not even that, but I think people need to start realizing that yeah, old season's pretty much over for now. Everyone's gonna become a Bitcoin
No.
maxi pretty
I
soon. At least in my opinion, you have to
what
think about you have to think about this SHIB. You know the dog token SHIB
right?
is still up 1,000,000% from November of 2020. With that being said, we have a long time before we can get these alts wrecked real quick. Now, granted, Bitcoin's looking okay.
Yeah.
Just looking at the technicals and whatnot. Let me see. FA. What's going on, Crypto Mikel? How you doing, bro? I like the new logo though. I did like the new logo. I saw that when you guys put that up. I like that shit. Um. All right. Let me stop being a fat ass and an idiot. All
All right. So
right.
how did you do it where you had me and you on the side and then showing the screen in the middle?
Oh, so what with me on my end? What's good, Candace? On my end, I have two monitors, right?
Okay.
And so because I have two monitors, I have Zoom covering up one side of the screen and then a box, just a browser open up on the other side of the screen. So both of them are on one screen. And then I just have OBS showing like only that screen. So
Did you
it
do that
shows
from
like,
speaker view?
huh?
Did you do that from speaker view?
Oh no. So the view I have it on is gallery view, but once I've made it sideways,
Okay.
it's essentially like, yeah. Denho Montague, the live stream, I made it. What's up, bro? How you doing? I did the morning live stream today. How's everyone enjoying the wreckage? How's everybody enjoying the wreckage? The fun wreckage. We can go through some things. We can see some things. Um, ETH's finally having a nice little bounce back. Just there's been a lot. Well, in fact, let's talk about the Bitcoin conference since everybody's here. It was good, Tim. KC, what's up? Let's talk about the Bitcoin conference while we're here. Let people know how
Yeah.
everything is. Feeling bullish? Feeling bullish? Are you bullish? Denho Montague Denho. Don't down. Hey, ain't go. You feeling bullish? Let me stop. I'm loving the sell. We're averaging down.
Yeah.
Yes, average us. Yes, please. But tell me more about because you didn't really speak on your channel about the Bitcoin conference, and I haven't really spoke on it either. So I can speak a little bit more about like my experience on everything and what we've done.
Well, do you know? When I first got there, I kind of walked around with the camera, and then the following video, I kind of did what we ended up doing instead. But oh, it was. It took about 2.5 hours to get in. Now we're just talking about the conference.
The
It
day
took,
one, right?
yeah, day one. It took 2.5 hours to get in, and I'm not going to retell the whole story because it's a long story. But um, by the time we got in, the speakers that I wanted to hear had already spoken. It was hotter than hell. We were sweating like hookers on dollar night, and we went inside and we're like, all right, well, we can't see who we want to see, who's here. I don't know, but it doesn't matter because seating is already at capacity, and there's a line, and that line nobody gets to go in until somebody comes out. But it's not like they do that for every speaker. So once your butt is in a seat, or once your ass is in line, you're there until you ain't. Um,
Mm.
and so I got a little frustrated. And then I said, you know what? We'll just walk around and we'll talk to the vendors. And no, you couldn't do that. It was like this. And at this point, we were like, you know what? Let's just get out of the building. It's a beautiful day outside. And I had started when we were in line to make a mental shift because one of the things I said is, yeah, I want to see the speakers, but for me, it's the experience that I'm going for, and the experience is neither good nor bad. It just is, and it is what we make it mentally. And so I said, you know what, this is my fault that I'm not having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It had been up to that point like a wonderful almost week leading into it. And I said, why am I letting. It was poorly organized. They oversold it by at minimum at least 25%. You couldn't get in. The event was designed for the whales, the people that bought those whale
Yeah.
passes, or people that had preferred access. And we weren't either one of those. So we said, you know what? We went outside and we said, you know what? We are the party. Let's change mind. Let's get in the right mindset. Hey, Jack Johnson, how are you, sir? And so went and got a drink, and we said, all right, we're going to play a game because I had a whole lot of T-shirts that we were just going to give away just for the hell out of it. And I got about 200 extra subs while we were there, so it was kind of fun. But
Oh,
it was,
really?
yeah, but it was fun just to go meet people. And so, and my friend Alex, I said, hey, you know what? Let's play a game. Um, I've only got small and medium shirts. That's all I got. So that's who we're looking for, but we're only going to go up to girls that if you were a lesbian, you would be attracted to. And so that
Oh
was,
my God.
and so we did that for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we had so much fun. And I showed a lot of the footage on the recap video, and some of the best video. Evidently, I didn't have the camera rolling, but the best part of the whole thing was just the fellowship. Got to meet a couple of longtime Chico Army members. One who I've been talking to for 3 years. It was nice to meet and hug their neck and just sit and talk.
Nice
So
to
when
meet and hug their neck.
hell yeah, and oh, did you see the news article? Super spreader event. Bitcoin Miami super spreader event. Hey,
What?
CoinDesk ran that shit.
Oh my fucking. Oh my God! I hate. Like, I'm sorry.
CoinDesk
I
ran
hate
that
these news
shit.
articles. Like, who got COVID from Bitcoin Miami? Who?
Man,
I can't even say the word because I already know now we already demonetized. Whatever. But what in the world? Like, nobody. And
man.
CoinDesk ran with that article. Bro, do they not know that the anon accounts are just trolling them?
Uh,
Like, they're just trolling. Oh my God. But someone put it in my chat, um, RSR getting wrecked. It was just 12 cents a couple of days ago. Yeah. 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 That wreckage feels good. That wreckage feels amazing, ain't it? Y'all ready for this? Dun, dun, dun. Let me stop being
uh,
stupid.
but yeah, and
I'm
that's when we
wrecked
went
too.
around.
Everybody's wrecked. Let me not laugh like y'all. I'm
Yeah,
not wrecked with you guys.
we're all wrecked. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's
Money
part of the
comes,
game. Like,
money
people don't
goes.
get it. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
You have no choice but to stick with it now, like the rest of us.
But I
Yeah,
will
hold
tell
on to
you.
your bag till it gets back to the point where you bought it, and then you can sell that, and then it's gonna pump 1,000% more, and you're gonna be mad, and you're gonna buy it then, and it's just gonna continue to cycle, and the rest of us are just gonna hollow our bags. But just to throw a little bit of my experience at Bitcoin Miami. So this is my experience at Bitcoin Miami, guys. Let me get you guys to my face so you guys can see it. I need you guys to feel what I'm about to tell you. So I was being cheap. I didn't want to get So before Bitcoin Miami, there were like some Airbnbs, but they were charging like $400 for what, a 2 night stay. And I was just like, nah, I'm not really trying to pay that $400 for a 2 night stay or whatever. So I just figured I'm gonna either sleep with some family that I have out there that I couldn't get in touch with when I finally got out there, which was my own fault because of course I do everything last minute. And so I got out there Friday, didn't speak at Shitcoin Con because Shitcoin Con got moved a day ahead. So my speaking day was actually a day I was at work. So I was like, well, take that L. But I ended up seeing people. I ended up seeing my face on the banner. They had a banner with my face on it. And so I got to at least have that. It was good. I wasn't even supposed to go to the Bitcoin conference, to be honest. I wasn't supposed to be out there, but people that I've known from other conferences who participate in other conferences and volunteer at other conferences, they actually were able to give me a ticket to get in. And I was like, oh, say less. I'm in there. I'm in there. So ended up hanging out with Scotty P first before I got my ticket, and then Scotty P was just telling me how Bitcoin 2021 was just a rug pull. It was just a rug pull.
I pissed some people off with that video, man. All the maxis went in and went, oh shit, dislike.
Oh my god! But as soon as that went down, I got my ticket, started walking around. I was able to get in on both days, walk around, saw people, communicated with people, had conversations with people, pushed the channel as much as I could, all that good stuff. I didn't get 200 plus people, but hey.
Well, hey, you got more, you got twice as many as I do to begin with, so I was further down.
Look, size doesn't matter. Calm down. Size doesn't matter. But regardless of that, ended up seeing so many people, ended up talking to so many people. I didn't record much because I kind of just wanted to enjoy it for once, just to see like the fruits of the labor. But granted, first night I couldn't find anywhere to stay, so I ended up staying at a hotel and paid $400 for a night. And so it's almost like karma, because karma hit me with a passion, talking about, oh, you didn't want to pay $400 for an Airbnb for 2 nights. Well, now you got no choice but to pay this hotel for a night. So I did that, and then the second night I ended up going back to my mom's house and staying at my mom's house the second night because I was whatever. But met people, did my thing. I wasn't expecting no secret meetings and rubbing shoulders, but I met a lot of the Chico Army though. Like people, like I think one of the best events I went to was a polka dot event.
See, we had already cashed it in by then.
What?
The polka swap after party.
Oh yeah, so I went to the Polka Swap after party.
Yeah.
And there I met some Chico Army members and some people on Twitter that I'm like, oh snap, you're this guy from Twitter? Hey, what's up? But I met some Chico Army members there and we had a good time. And then one thing I didn't realize is when people started noticing me, I was like, it was like, oh, they noticed me. They see me. Yeah. No, I will say, it felt good to feel like a little mini, like, it felt good to be noticed. It felt good to be appreciated. It's like, man, I watch your channel, and that felt good for sure. I will granted I didn't start doing this for that, but I'm not gonna pretend like that shit didn't feel good.
Oh man,
the conference wasn't free. It was pretty cheap ahead of time, like maybe $200, $300+ if you bought it with Bitcoin, but getting closer, they were charging like $1,000+ to get in that bit, and I'm like, I don't know about that $1,000. Regardless of that fact, let's go ahead and get back to this. Somebody said something about reserve rights. The reserve right was at 12 cents. Yeah, guys. Yeah, the wreckage is real.
Yeah,
the wreckage is savage. Didn't know? The wreckage is savage right now, and now everything comes back to the mean. And you're just waiting on the last little bit of sellers to finally give up, to be honest. Just looking at some of our, what's the biggest news that came out this weekend? And I know you had put up the Russian thing where they're getting rid of all their dollars, and nobody was talking about that.
Nobody was talking about that.
But
I don't get it.
Yeah. essentially the Russians are removing dollars off their balance sheet. Like they're done, they're good. Like people, I don't understand. Like when people say, Mackenzie, why are you in this crypto thing? You know, it's going down, blah blah blah. Y'all don't see the bigger implications of like what's happening. We've got like El Salvador, and I put the tweet out too, and I told people, look, when the US goes down there and starts sending bombs, I really hope y'all Bitcoin people are sending donations to them and helping out their community, because y'all over here doing all this dancing and praise them just like y'all were doing Elon Musk, and then Elon Musk betrayed y'all. We'll see what happens when they go down there and start, you know, tapping on bruh's shoulder real quick, like, hey, so what's your native currency? It's not Bitcoin, it's these dollars. But this is exactly what you know, the Bitcoin people, the, you know, maxis and whatnot, this is what they want. They want smaller countries to adopt Bitcoin, to get off the US dollar standard, to push this narrative. And my thing is, like, ever since I've been in Bitcoin, there's always been like a different narrative. Oh, Bitcoin is money. Okay, cool. What can I buy with it? You can't really buy with it anything right now. Then throughout the bear market of 2018 and really going into 2019, we started hearing Bitcoin's digital gold. And I'm like, so when did we push this narrative? And so now we're starting to push the Bitcoin is digital gold narrative. Bitcoin is pizza. Sorry, somebody put pizza, so I just had to say Bitcoin is pizza.
Do you know
we're pushing all these narratives to get people to buy, or you can just tell people, yo, it goes up 100 to 200% every year on average. Some years it goes up way too high, some years it goes down way too low. But on average, every year it goes up 200%. Your purchasing power increases every year by 200%. If you just leave it here and let it sit here, on average, 200% every year. But more than likely, the average kicks in on the fourth year when it goes through the halvening and then pop and it goes stupid.
Right.
But before I continue, I don't think you guys have been smashing these like buttons. There's like 26 people in here and like only 7 likes, bro. Like,
what the hell?
Likes looking. We need the algorithm. Like we need the algorithm to push us. Like we begging for likes. Like, let me stop. I'm about to say something so stupid, guys. I gotta do better. But thank you. Smash them like. Give me at least a 15. At least minimum 15, and then we gonna be good.
Yeah. But I will tell you this, man. I will tell you this. You know, I'm a people watcher. First and foremost, I'm a people watcher. So I like to sit back and watch the whole thing. And a couple of things I observed. I mean, what you heard on the stage wasn't for us. Wasn't a message for us. I mean, do we need to hear the history of money? No.
No. You were paying attention to that shit.
I mean, it's not for us. It's a pep rally for themselves.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a good example. When I went back to the hotel when we finally left day one, and we just said, you know what, let's just go back to the hotel. And so Alex went up and took a nap, and I grabbed the mic and went down. I had to find a place where I could do the intro and not get a copyright slap. So I put the mic down and I'm talking as fast as I can. Cut, boom, bah, put it away. Sit down, smoke a cigarette. And this really nice looking middle age, very clean cut. And you can tell who you're talking to. you know what I mean, right? So they sit down and they say, oh, so you're at Bitcoin conference. Yeah. And so, started to talk to them, and the husband, nice guys. They're both really nice guys, but he's there for the conference, but he's not a Bitcoin investor, but he wants to invest in Bitcoin, in blockchain companies. Or he just started a company that's going to be starting in blockchain companies. And it's like, really? What are the ones you like? And I don't know. Oh, okay. All right. But so basically you brought your checkbook down here looking for a company to go into. All right, cool. So his wife now she's the trader. And, oh, really? What are you into? And so we started talking. She actually went to Chico State right there in Tyler's hometown. So she subbed to his channel when we were sitting there. But she's like, really? So what do you, oh, yeah, Bitcoin and ETH. Okay, good. That's a good start. You're ahead of most people, and so, what exchange? Oh, well, I only trade on Coinbase. Okay. Okay. Um, and then the following morning on Fox Business News, guess whose picture is on the screen talking about Bitcoin 2021? Her.
What in the world?
I'm going, oh my God. Oh my God. They're just looking for anybody to put a really good, I mean, no, she's very attractive. She's hot as hell. But just like, really? These are the people. These are the people that are, that's who this conference was for. But really, they left with nothing more than a, we're number one type feeling, And
Yeah,
then
that's what it was for. Yeah. That's what
others,
they're always about. I don't
yeah,
think you understand. That's what they're always about. Well,
and
I mean, granted, yeah, they're to educate people, and I'm pretty sure. But anybody who's going to the Bitcoin conference already knew everything that they were gonna say. They
yeah,
probably brought a friend with them. They probably bought this and that. But for the most part, they've already knew that this is what's going down. And granted, I that's why I really wasn't gonna buy a ticket, because I'm like, oh, they're just gonna be circle jerking. Cool.
yeah.
I mean, granted, we can circle jerk, but I'm not really like about the circle jerk. I'm really about like what we doing out here. Like, what community event did the Bitcoin Conference 2021 do? Like, what did they do to the community? Like, was there any like community event where they gave back to the community, or was it just a real big, hey, we
Well,
circle jerking, we're rich guys?
well, yes, in as much as they got uh, the city and the county portion of the hotel tax and all the sales tax, and there was a lot of money spent in the area. There was a lot of money spent in the area. So I mean, as far as that, yeah. I mean, the event planners should be horsewhipped. They should be taken out behind the woodshed and just horsewhipped. It was poorly run. But again, it was.
It's got to get the digits though.
No.
Got to get the digits. It wasn't a crypto conference. No, it wasn't a crypto conference. They let you know what it was. It was a Bitcoin 2021 conference, and where they all came together, and the maxis. And I hate to call them maxis, but they're maxis.
There's no other way to. There's no other way.
Yeah,
to
there's no. They're maxis.
And I'll give you a good example.
I have no problem with maxis, bro. I really don't. Maxis can be maxis,
They're,
but
they're cute.
stop acting like Bitcoin will be the only thing.
Let me piggyback on
Stop
what you
acting
said.
like Bitcoin's gonna be the only thing.
Right now,
Coins matter.
this was of the shirts we took down there to get a barometer check on. This one was the most popular.
Yeah, because that's the one you have least of.
Yeah. Well, no, and that was by design. But I don't know if you saw that one lady came up and started talking to us, and she's the first African American woman to have a master's degree in blockchain. Now, I mean, and God bless her. God bless her. I don't know what it'll do for her, but God bless her. That was so cool.
You could, whatever this master's degree in blockchain, whatever, cool. I mean, no disrespect, because she probably worked really hard for that shit and pushed herself. And I love my people, but what does that mean to have a master's in blockchain? Because there are people here who are learning how to write Solidity in their spare time, making way more money than you sitting here learning about blockchain. To do what? To explain it to somebody else, to teach it to somebody else? Or you can sit here and learn it and make money from it and actually like enriching your life. I mean, granted, there probably is a plan. She means she has a student loan. Yeah, that's what
probably.
She has a student loan that she had to put it that, and I hate that. That's the. It's like having a PFC. Well, what's good, bro? It's like having a master's degree in the internet.
but she was a sweet gal. But I will tell you, because and again, I had my friend Alex who. She's like Victoria's Secret hot, man. She's one of my favorite. She's one of my best friends in the world, but she's also my favorite female to look at. So
Me
those that
too.
watch the after party, she's a lot in the videos. But so she's wearing that shirt, and some guys walked up. They probably came up because they saw a hot chick in a crypto shirt. But they said, "So I don't get the shirt. What's the meaning of the shirt?" And I laughed. And he goes, "No, seriously, I don't
I
get
hate
the
people.
meaning of the shirt."
Just get out of here. Just get
And
out of here. Just get out of here.
and then that evening, we went to a couple of the after parties. Now again, the clouds opened up and dropped everything on us, and it had been a long day. So we were heading back to the house. But while we were huddled out in front of one of the after parties, waiting for our Uber to come, a guy says, "Bold," because I had it as my undershirt that night. In retrospect, a bad idea because the pink shirt that I was wearing turned my t-shirt pink. But I digress. He says, "Bold shirt, man, bold shirt." And I said, what do you mean? As far as, I mean, do you mean like, did I dare wear an altcoin shirt to a Bitcoin conference? For the record, so did Floyd Mayweather. But
Hey, hold on. They're in the chat. John Hill says, "I have a master's degree in getting wrecked."
From the School of Hard Knocks.
Bro, look. I'm sorry. That's hilarious to me, bro. That's just hilarious to me.
Yeah, but that's the attitude. And here's what's scary, and then I'll shut up because I've been monopolizing the microphone here for a second.
You're
But
fine.
even who's the Playmate girl? Jessica Vaughn. I don't know if you've ever read her tweets. I mean, she's beautiful to look at, but she's got some really. I thought at first, man, she ordered like 3 trucks of fortune cookies. When you read her post, and sometimes it's like, all right, hang on, let me come back and read this again. But a lot of her posts are incredibly deep, and but she's now a Bitcoin person, and so admittedly, in her own story, it's like, I started 3 months ago. Sorry, 3 months ago. Okay, cool. Yay, good for you. Welcome.
Oh my God, do you know how many people say they just got back in this year?
But
And,
oh
and
yeah.
they're like, "Man, I've doubled, tripled my money." I'm like, "That's great. Are you ready for this record? Are you ready for Jehovah's return?"
but
Jehovah came with the savageness and said, "Oh, this is done, guys." I think here's the thing. I'm reading the posts from, like, because a lot of crypto Twitter is just a bunch of like assholes retweeting each other. Wait,
right.
so you didn't think that Coinbase listing was the top? Of course.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? We were stuck in euphoria. No one was paying attention to that. Number kept going up. I remember because I took a picture of myself on the day that the Coinbase listing happening. I took a picture of myself and I was like, "Dang," because that was the most amount my portfolio was. And
Right.
then after that, just wreckage, and it was just like hodling through it. But the alts popped off. But I had a couple alts pop off after the Coinbase listing. But mentally, I should have told myself, there's no event after the Coinbase listing. Think about that. Like, Bitcoin is driven through hype cycle events. You've got
Right.
you got the technicals, you got like the fundamentals in a sense. But after the Coinbase listing, what's the next hype event to push Bitcoin to 100K? Institutions getting in. What's the next hype event to get Bitcoin to 100K? Like, there isn't any, because the
Right.
Coinbase listing was been talked about for months. Like, we were talking about the Coinbase listing since November, since who knows how long. What's the next event that we're going to talk about saying, "Can't wait for when this happens"? Or is it just inflation? Because that's, everybody can just say inflation.
Right.
Are we all millionaires yet? No, we're not millionaires yet. No.
Come back and check the snooze alarm. But let me finish my thought, and then.
Yeah, go ahead.
But even like I said, she said, I only got in 3 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then a month and a half later, we're getting the old and there's only one Bitcoin, and everything else is bullshit. It's a fraud. I'm going, hang on a second, because I remember what seemingly 4 freaking tweets ago where you were talking about you just got in 3 months ago, but now you're gonna, oh, okay. But my response to the person that goes, I don't get the shirt, and the guy that goes, oh, bold shirt to be wearing, my response both times was the same. I use alts. I love Bitcoin. I use alts to stack more Bitcoin. How are you doing it? Well, I'm putting in so much every day. Okay. I haven't put any money in since 2018. That's how I'm stacking my Bitcoin. I'm not putting any new money into the game. The hobby's got to fund itself at this point.
The hobby has to fund itself.
Yeah.
People don't get it. It gets to that point where it's just like, oh, okay, I'm just dollar cost averaging to, oh no, it's sad. I'm not a trader. I'm really not. But God, these alts, when they pop off, they pop off.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, whether it's an influencer pushing it, whatever. But I'm looking through Twitter right now. No, I'm not gonna say no one, but the alt shilling is definitely at a minimum now. Like, everyone's talking about, like, no, seriously, you go on, hey, let's get these lights to 20 real quick. But you go on crypto Twitter real quick, and it's like everyone's talking about, yeah, now it's the long hodl, guys. Now, it's always been like this. Like, no, you guys were shilling Shiba something XYZ last week, and then it got wrecked. And then now you want to do the pointing names and whatever. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But speaking of the thing that I was talking about, when's the next hype cycle event, or when's the next? So John Hill put in inflation, mustard, and mustard put more countries coming in. See, a lot of people don't realize a lot of these countries already have it. They just don't say anything because they don't want to poke the bear. El Salvador poked the bear. And the moment they poked that bear, what did you see? The Intercontinental Monetary Fund. Hey, man, we finna go ahead and go do a trip down there real quick. G7. Now, all of a sudden, they're like, man, El Salvador, they really got like that drug money and that drug stuff. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And then granted, bro, the Safe Moon shillers went bananas last month. How is Safe Moon doing? I don't even want to know. But the fact of the IMF, yeah, the fact of the matter is El Salvador was definitely the first, but you didn't see like a stupid pump off of that. El Salvador, they did their thing and they've got plans, but just looking at the Bitcoin price, that was the El Salvador pump right there. That's what that did. A whole country says we're making Bitcoin legal tender, that nobody really understands what it means except the people that are actually here in crypto who really understand like the word salad that they're talking about. What do they mean by it's legal tender? That means that every store, every business has to take your Bitcoin because it's legal money over there. So if you're saying I want to pay in Bitcoin, they have no choice but to have a way to accept it. That's it. But they also have US dollars.
There was an article on the Babylon Bee. I've got it on my screen now. It says, and Babylon Bee is a parody site for those who don't know, but the name of the article is People Who Ruined World's Economies Gathered to Discuss How to Fix the World's Economies.
Get out of here, bro. Look, people hand out money to like other billionaires and millionaires, and we're over here talking about, hey, man, we can't let this Bitcoin thing get too wild and right. But that's essentially what it is now in El Salvador. Because it's legal tender, because it's money, you can't tax money, and so now they're trying to get incentives to get Bitcoin people there. Like what was it? Did you guys see that? If you had 3 Bitcoin, you'll get expedited citizenship. With just 3 Bitcoin, you can get expedited citizenship, and I forget how much more you can get. I wasn't really reading into it, but I'm like, yeah, all these countries are going to start saying, hey, become a tax haven. We'll become a tax haven if you bring your business here, if you bring this cryptocurrency business here. And of course, you know, people with that amount of Bitcoin, they're going to bring their business there. Like if you have that amount of Bitcoin, you're coming with like miner connections. Oh, you want to build a volcano miner? Say less. We got connections from Hong Kong with them volcano miners, whatever. But that's just the truth.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, but seriously,
so owning 3 BTC doesn't, like, you don't have to pay 3 BTC to get in.
You just have to show
it. If you have 3 BTC, it's expected, like, oh, you got some kind of bread. So and especially if you have three, like, think about it. 3 Bitcoin and you're filthy rich to them. 3.
Right?
3. Get out of here. Get out. 3. 3. I don't think people get it. We're 3. That's what? What is 3 Bitcoin right now?
130?
108. 108 because we're at 36,000.
Okay.
So 108. $108,000.
Hey, you're a gazillionaire.
You're a citizen here. Look, come on in. I mean, granted, they're on the U.S. dollar. Like, their main currency is the U.S. dollar. You know, they pass dollars down there. But now you can pass Bitcoin down there too. And that I'm not gonna try to shit on like the events of this, because I was literally sitting and talking to I was in a
well, I did shit on it in a couple of conversations, but please tell me why I'm wrong.
Because you also have to think about this. Now when it comes to like intercontinental commerce, in Salvador, Bitcoin is treated differently there. Because, you know, everywhere else it's treated like an asset or whatever. But in El Salvador, it's treated like money. So when you buy something over there, you're not paying capital gains tax. So now you got to think about the accounting ramifications of that. Now you got to think about just coming from the accounting, there's like FASB and codification, but there's a whole bunch of like legal bodies that regulate the accounting industry. Now they have to figure out, what are they going to do when they're doing money across borders like that? Like, if I buy something in America from El Salvador and get it shipped here, am I paying taxes on that? Because in El Salvador, it's money.
Well, you're paying import taxes, but
am I going to pay capital gains taxes?
Yes.
Why? I bought something in El Salvador and it's money over there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter until you. I'm watching this guy, the Nomad Capitalist, but
thank you for putting me on that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
You can have citizenship in 2 countries, but you're not. The IRS follows you around until you divorce your country. So I mean, you may be living over in even Portugal. If you also have a U.S. passport, again, I'm not a financial advisor, blah, blah, blah. But if you also have a U.S. Citizenship as part of a dual membership, the IRS's arm reaches wherever the hell you are. End of story. That much I do know. That's not an opinion. That is fact.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, but why do you think you said exactly the reason why all the interest from our government is there? They accept what currently? And they want to no longer use that as not the currency of the country, but a currency of the, can't have that. It's got to be US dollar. In oil, in this, US dollar's got to be the standard. Why? Because we took ourselves off the gold standard back in the 70s.
now it's starting to really hit, and people are starting to really notice, like, we've never been like, I love America, born and raised in America. I'm American. Look, red, white, and blue. We're the bad guys. We've been the bad guys for a very long time, and around the world they know we're the bad guys.
Right.
but they don't, and they don't treat us like the bad guys, but they just treat us like, oh, you guys think you're better than us, but you guys are the bad guys. You know that, right? And unfortunately, when they come to us, they're like, "Wait, you guys are the bad guys, and you guys aren't really up to date with your technology like that." Like the one biggest export of America has is popularity. That's it. That's it. The
You're right.
biggest export America has is popularity, celebrities, TV, that stuff. That's it. That's our biggest export. Luxury. I don't know. I sorry, I just lost my train of thought of process. But we gotta get back to the Bitcoin because like no, because I was about to go off on a tangent and I stopped myself real quick.
But you know
Biggest
what, brother?
export is entertainment. That is right. The truth.
But if you're not able to grasp how all these things tie together into the big picture, what we're talking about here, what we're talking about there is, it comes back to what's the one thing in the Venn diagram, Bitcoin. That's the one common point in all of those conversations, in my opinion.
I'm not gonna lie. Have you seen the Hex chart? Hex is just fucking A. I can't even be mad at these dudes anymore, bro. Cause like, so of course I'm always seeing this, and I will say one thing. The way they ignore Hex, and the way they like block their market cap and circulating supply and whatnot, I don't like. Jesus, when is this gonna drop? Like the whole market, and I know the Hex people, and I know, God forbid, I say Hex and they start coming in the chat. I know the Hex people is just they're just like, you guys are in a bear market. I wouldn't understand.
Oh wow! Do you know what? Hey, good for those people that are in it, man. Good for them. I'm not, but good for them, man.
I ain't even mad at them. Like they just been like, hey man, Hex.
Hey, oh wait.
No, go ahead. But I just had to put it out there just for you guys to see it. Just because I saw it on Twitter, and the very first thing someone was talking about it was like, why do people get mad at? Did you see the Zappify? I think I talked about it already. Zappify. I feel like their token is going to come out sometime by the end of the year.
Awesome.
I think they're tokens because they're doing like little NFT drops, and they've been getting Series A and Series B funding, and all I can think to myself is like, I'm just thinking to myself like, I wonder how these Series A and Series B's investors going to make their money back. You know, like how are they going to make their money back if they don't launch a token and whoosh.
I will tell you, and this was one of the things I wanted to make sure that I talked about. I haven't done much for the last 2 weeks because I've, for the most part, been unplugged. Which, if you don't take that time for you, when I said before, whenever you take profits, put some of that into you, I wasn't kidding. I ain't putting that at the end like it. We always say, "Oh man, if you wait around."
I don't think you get it, bro. Look. I'm going to take, like, people don't.
I know, man. I'm so happy for you, man.
I'm taking a vacation next week. Like,
I'm
straight
so
up,
happy for you.
Vacation. I need a break. Now, and I promise you, the moment I take this vacation, number go up. And I remember you watched it on the live stream. Kenzie said when he goes on vacation, number go up, and you'll probably see that. I'm going to Mexico, man. I'm going to DR, man. I'm gonna go ahead, treat myself to something nice.
I'm so glad you are, man.
Turning 30, man, dirty 30. So I mean, granted, a lot of people in this space are around my age, and I like that because it is what it is. But looking at the Bitcoin dominance, I'm just looking at Bitcoin dominance, guys. It's right now it's not looking too good. I mean, granted, some alts are holding up, but a lot of these alts are probably on BSC, and they're like stupid meme nonsense coins. Did you see the probe on Binance now?
Yeah.
Did you see what happened? I mean, I
Yeah.
saw like the probe was gone already there, but now people can't withdraw nothing off of Binance, and they're having issues.
All
And
right.
I was,
And
are you guys not listening yet? All my money is on wallets. My money is on wallets. Wallets.
not your keys, nacho cheese, right?
Nacho cheese. Nacho cheese. Nacho cheese. Like, and
But
I'm, but that goes to show you that they're having issues. But no, and remember, was it? Isn't Brian Brooks? Um, didn't Brian Brooks became their the chairman or whatever for Binance US
yep.
or whatever? Bro, they're going through compliance. That's all that it is. They're
Yeah.
going through compliance right now.
And the funny part is, I mean, like 2 Septembers ago, you were U.S. citizens were not supposed to be granted access anymore, but that you still were. Now I wasn't going in and out of there, but every now and then I'd check it, and people go, "Oh no, I no, my money's still there," and I'm like, "Guys, don't put your money on there because one of these days, it was supposed to end, uh, and one of these days you're going to go to log on. You're not going to be able to get your money out. I'm just telling you. I hope it doesn't happen to you. I'm telling you it's going to happen." And then the next September happened, and then all of a sudden this. Now I hope the people are still able to get their funds off. But you know what, man? You've been told now for 2.5 years to get your damn money off Binance. And while I feel bad for you, I don't want to hear you whining in the Telegram group. We told you. We told you 2.5 years ago. And for the last 2.5 years, don't put your money there. But
So CryptoQ dropped a link for in the chat, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this up. Hamas tapped Binance to Hamas. If I say that properly, I don't even think I'm saying that properly. Tapped Binance to laundering Bitcoin donations.
Are
Blockchain
you over
data
25?
suggests. Guys, I don't. So an earlier version of this article said that Hamas used local Bitcoins to send donation. Local Bitcoins is not affiliated. The wallet in question, CoinReg regrets this error. Yeah, y'all better go fix y'all what y'all talking about.
wow.
But they probably went through local Bitcoins, but local Bitcoins isn't local Bitcoins anymore, to be honest. Local Bitcoins isn't local. Like local Bitcoins back in the day used to be the place where you can do peer-to-peer transactions or whatever. Now they're regulated. Remember that. But they used to be that spot.
Interesting.
A lot of people don't talk about the real exchange that you're supposed to be using if you're trying to like leak money like that. But if you guys really want to know the exchange that like darknet people use, and I recently just found out this myself, Trade Ogre. If you want to know that, Trade Ogre. That's I don't even know if I'm spelling it right, but that's the exchange that people are. Just be careful out there. Because they got XMR, but that's definitely the exchange you want to do. The Trade Ogre, yep. But before we go back, but they're getting. I mean, granted, like the blockchain, everybody knows the blockchain is pretty much transparent. You got the oil spill thing, which I don't even believe it was a real like hack. I think it was just a setup, to be honest. But now they're going. What was it? Let me see. I'm actually. He already dropped the link, but according to blockchain analyst firm CoinDesk analyzed blah 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 blah. Wings received up to 100,000 in Bitcoin since the beginning of 2021. Ooh, so they already knew that they were about to pop this bubble soon, and they're just talking about how all the money flowed in and out. And if you think you can hide your money, if Binance can't hide their money, what makes you think you can hide your money? And but they're losing some bank ties and whatnot. You're still searching with Google tracking. You think I'm not on a VPN? Yo, what you mean? What you
funny.
talking about?
No,
I'm good off of that. But Tornado Cash, yeah, a lot of we're actually talking about when I went to the Polkadot event, A lot of people knew a lot of people knew what Tornado Cash was over there, and
Really?
they're like, I love Tornado Cash, but of course the price of the like people don't realize what they need until it's over. Of course, the token itself is getting destroyed, it's getting wreckage. Even I held this token for a minute, but like Jesus, it's just been getting fukushka. Just no, but it really is. But that's the thing. That's what happens when you have a privacy token. You
Yeah.
know, it's built for privacy, and privacy isn't something that these exchanges are trying to list to be part of. And hell, it's a governance token, so I don't even know what it's supposed to govern for. But in my head, I'm like, oh, it's a privacy token. It's privacy. Well, we're gonna need this in the future, but nobody cares about that now. But some people are gonna have to be made examples of for people to realize what they need, and that's privacy.
Interesting. Huh.
Hey, bro, let me put you on Hanzo Inu, bro. If you don't get that Hanzo Inu out of my face,
Is
I'm
that
not.
another that
I
another
don't think you
meme
guys
token? I'm
understand.
guessing.
I don't think you guys understand. Like, crypto moves in waves. There was the NFT wave that was blowing up for so long. Then it
DeFi.
calmed down. Right after the NFT wave, what happened? Boom, dog coin meme token wave. And then what? Now that calmed down. Now what's the next token wave? Get wrecked wave. Until you guys figure it out.
Do you know what? I do have an answer for you. You asked me earlier. You asked
Keep
me.
reading. The founder is from Shiba Inu. What does that mean? Why does that matter?
I don't know, but it reads like a game of Dungeons and Dragons, man. But you asked me what the next event was. The next, what was the term you used for the market?
What's the next hype event? What's the next thing that's going to push Bitcoin to the next level?
Okay, so let me tell you, and I'll tell you right now. Once Bitcoin does its whatever move, and right now, when you think about the downward move so far, it's made people uncomfortable. It's made people complain. It's made people bitch. It's made people moan. We have yet to see people screaming and tearing their faces off. So I believe,
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I
You're right.
believe, I believe we've got one more dramatic. Oh my God! Slap your mama downward move. At least one
Because you
more.
know how it feels. Because you know what it feels like. We know
Yeah.
what it feels like.
And
And
then
it
when
does.
it hit,
It's not this yet. It really isn't.
right, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So wherever it comes down to, wherever it's supposed to come, wherever they decide it's got to come down to, and then it takes off, that's your next event. That's your next market event. It's gonna and then
Whatever. So what you're saying is whatever we're talking about in that just destruction, whatever they're like, oh look, this is what's gonna happen in XYZ months. That's the next event to look at. We're selling here.
once the screaming happens, and then once the tearing of faces and gnashing of teeth is over, and we start that rebound, then it doesn't matter. I mean, every story that comes out, Winnie the Pooh uses Bitcoin. I mean, there's going to be all kinds of bullshit, nothing news that comes out, and it doesn't matter. That next move is the event, in my opinion.
But that's the thing. So the next wave, so people actually said that in the chat before too. Sorry, I gotta read some of these comments because they've been going again.
Are they trashing the white man?
No, easy as Winnie the Pooh crypto get fiat leverage, honey. Didn't they catch the guy in Turkey doing that? At the Shiba Inu's marketing team is two 15-year-olds. Oh my God. Don't do it. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Yo, y'all get it in the chat. New wave is radical. um ETH will have to be the one. You think ETH is going to be the one that continues the bull market? I don't know because there's a lot of data that shows that the summers is never good to us, and right now on the weekly, we like just looking at technicals. If you guys want to think like TA, this doesn't look good on the weekly for like if we're looking at longer time frames, and I'm talking about the rest of the month of June, the rest of the month of July. I feel like this is consolidation. Granted, it may not last that long, but you're got it rocking your bitcoins. Look, I'm going to DR next week. I'm gonna be looking at 10 women that I don't usually look at, and I'm gonna be sending Scotty P pictures, and he's gonna be like, "You dog." That's what I'm gonna be doing, and just to enjoy this before the next wave. But right now,
Absolutely, man.
it looks like if you're just looking at technicals, USD ETH doesn't look good. It looks like we've got, honestly, I'd say 15K, 15K, a thousand would be the bottom, because I think that's if not, yeah, 15K, because what isn't 15K the last top? Yeah, 15K. That's when I would be like, hey, throw the house at it. Throw the house at it. Please throw the house at it. But I'm just looking at the weekly, looking at the monthly, everything is saying, hey, we need a break because we've been going up for how many months straight? I'm talking November, January, February, March, April, May. And y'all really can't handle 2 months of us going down. Yeah, guys, we need to take that excitement out of people, and that's when the whales are going to come in and say, "Oh, they're finally hurt. They're done. Okay, time to scoop up."
I mean, that's how it happens every single time. And like I said, people are uncomfortable. Maybe like their underwear is too tight, but they haven't. It's not tearing their face off
No, it's
yet.
not like
Yet.
look, and as you looking back, you can see that like all the indicators on a longer time frame were showing us, hey guys, it's gonna take we need to take a break, bruh. But that's the
Yeah.
thing, like, and it's hard. It's hard when you're in the middle of, hey, I just made $500,000 on Shiba Inu doggy, woof woof. How can you tell people no? I won't lie, bro. Watching somebody make X amount of money on Shiba Inu or some random meme dog coin token, and thinking, wow, that's X amount of my portfolio. How'd you get so quick to my portfolio like that? And it's like, man, I deserve way much more money. And this is what we're looking at the top. And I'm like, oh, this is euphoria. This is just, bro, I'm telling you, we don't have. I'm waiting for my account. Like, I'm judging it off of like my Instagram account, my Twitter account. I'm waiting for people to say, man, what is like, bro, you need to give up on this thing. This thing is dead. It's going to zero. And I sit here and I think to myself, oh, you guys must have just got in. You guys must have just got into this bit because
Yeah.
it's a long road ahead of us. But
January
I will
of
say one thing about
2018.
this. I will say one thing about the drop we just had and how I feel like it's not the top is because if you're looking at like on the weekly, just looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, nothing too crazy. As we look at the charts, this sharp downturn in Bitcoin, like look at how we are on the RSI. Like we haven't even hit oversold on the RSI on the weekly. I'm expecting us to hit oversold on the RSI on the weekly. I think that's when we're gonna get, or at least get close. Because the only time that's ever happened was the bottom of the bear market and the flash crash from last year. And we're finally getting closer to it, but it's gonna take a couple of weeks. So we need some pain. Like we just I'm I'm gonna get excited when this weekly starts coming down and coming back up. When everyone's finally hurt, when everyone's finally down, and even looking at the monthly, I'm gonna be good when we're like about like down here halfway, like around 40. That's when I'll be like, all right, we can't go much lower than this. And let me refinance the house real quick. Just throw it at it and pray.
But remember those famous words: "We'll never go below 6,000."
Oh God. Don't say that. Don't say we'll never that's why I feel like we're probably gonna go under 20K. I feel like we're gonna because no one would expect us to go under 20K.
Yeah, I'm thinking 25, 28 in that
No,
range. You're saying the pain even deeper, huh?
yeah, I'm talking like people thinking we're crazy. I feel like when people think we're crazy, I'm good.
And again, that's just comes from my people watching. I'm I'm watching the banter on Twitter, and it's not to panic stage yet. It's just not. I don't think we're there emotionally yet. Those people need to have their eyeballs taken out, and then we can start to go up.
Then we're gonna start to go up.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
I will say, Jesus, bro. Well, people are talking about ETH flip BT, bro. All that ETH flip BTC talk gone. All that super cycle talk gone. All of that, and that's why it's hard. It's hard not. It's hard to be an influencer and not fall into that trap as well and doing the same thing because that's how people feel. But no, sir, not me. So let me see what people are talking. CCP in the chat. What's up? Voice Crypto. Fed's gonna raise rates and wreck us some more. Fed's gonna raise rates and wreck us some more end of the year. I don't even think the Feds can raise rates. I don't even think our economy can handle it. Just to be real. Now, granted, if they do raise rates, like if you're looking, and this is just trader talk, because I look at the traders just so I can learn. So that way, honestly, I look at traders so that way when I do this full time, I'll be able to trade and be like, oh, well, at least I know how to trade now. So I can take the emotional out and then just hold on to my bags. But looking at the DXY, which is the dollar index, which is essentially like the strength of the dollar. And right now it's looking like it's hitting a support zone and looking like it wants to bounce off of this support zone and just wreck. And if the price of the dollar goes up, the value of the dollar goes up, all that narrative of Bitcoin being digital gold is gonna bite us in the ass. Because Bitcoin can't just be Bitcoin and do its own thing and not correlated by anything else. No, it has to be negatively incorrelated to the dollar. Okay, that's great for the narrative we want to push right now. But what happens when the dollar starts going back? Bitcoin is money, or Bitcoin is the savior of countries. Bitcoin is the great equalizer. If you don't get out of here with that,
Bitcoin is now the official currency of whatever land.
Whatever land. Hey guys, just tuning in. Can I catch the recap title? Cheers, Chico Army. Appreciate that, man. Chico Army, wise crypto investing, man. Appreciate that. Rocking your big, yeah. Still waiting on ETH 2.0, man. ETH 2.0 ain't coming. Like a lot of people don't really understand what ETH 2.0 is going to be. ETH 2.0 is whoever got 32 Ethereum, which is probably going to be banks, and because it's out of reach for most people now. 32. I mean, granted, you're going to have other little ways you can stake, like RPL and all these other things, but I don't know. ETH 2.0, I'll believe it when I see it. Just like when Cardano with smart contracts, I'll believe it when I see it. And then start messing with it.
Real quick, wise crypto investing, man. I lost track of you. However, you won a contest on my channel a few months ago, and I lost contact with you. I couldn't remember if we were only talking on YouTube or if all Twitter or crypto, Chico Crypto Telegram group. But get in touch with me because I've still got your prize. It was $100 that day. It's like $400 now. But but I held it for you. Because I knew one day I'd run back into you. So hit me up, brother.
Hey, not hey. There's no hate yet. Yeah, people are like, there's no hate yet. and they never zoom out. Nah, no, people don't ever zoom out, bro,
No.
because they don't feel it. And so I have no problem looking like the crazy guy for the next 2 months. I don't look like.
Yeah. And it was the perfect time to go on a trip, and I'm glad that you're doing that down in the DR as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a quick trip. You know, it's like what, Thursday through Sunday, and I'm back to the bullshit on Monday.
When is your
But
birthday? When is your birthday?
my birthday is next Sunday.
All right. So, did you get that thing I sent you? So, I told these guys I was going to talk about them. So, this is an unsponsored.
Oh, go ahead, do your thing.
All right, man. So, what I sent you. Now, understand when I tell you this. I'm an old redneck. If we get hurt, we don't go to the doctor. We just rub dirt on it. But what I got you, and I just put the link over there. I got you. We did this for a buddy of mine's wedding for the groomsmen, and it felt good. I'd forgotten how good it felt to get a straight razor shade. But I mean, dude, it's a
Ooh,
it's a really cool place. But what I sent you is a gift certificate. Happy birthday!
appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
man, then they'll hook you up. I mean, you can get the neck rub, you can get
Ooh, I can get the
pedicure,
neck rub.
you can get the pedicure, manicure. No happy endings. That ain't what this is about.
Nah,
Uh,
nah, I don't care about. No, I'd probably get the pedicure and
you
stuff like
get
that.
you get a couple of free drinks when you go in.
Oh wow, where is this
But
place located?
and there is one in Tampa, so that's why I noticed that. But yeah,
Oh,
I've gone.
say less. I'm gonna treat myself like a king.
I want to tell you, man. Like I said, I always looked at this as what, that's unnecessary. But when I went and did it for my buddy's wedding, and then I went and did it right before the trip, and basically I just said, "Hey, I'm going with a really attractive girl. Make me look like I belong with her. Just, do you want this? I don't care, man. You're in charge."
You're in
And
charge. Got you looking like a like smooth as hell in this bit. Like,
uh, but I've never done pedicure before. But oh God, that felt good. So
oh yeah.
anyway, happy birthday, my brother.
Thank you, sir. Look, finally turning into the 30 old man group. I'm happy. Shout out to the Wolf. I already know what you're talking about. Go ahead, Wi-Fi. I still hold my Wi-Fi bags. Just remember, like, there's a lot of crypto bags I just don't sell.
Right?
'Cause I understand where the space is going, and I understand that what we went through, nothing compared to what we're about to go through. And so I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna just keep waiting. I'm gonna just keep hollering because I had a plan. What was the plan? You ain't selling. You ain't selling like out like massive amounts until Bitcoin hits 100K. But these gas fees on Ethereum right now, oh my God. I'm talking single digit,
Yeah.
bro. Single digit gas fees. I can transact for cents again. I can send money. Like I just sent myself some USDC because I had to cash out because I'm going on a trip. So I sent myself some USDC so I can go cash out so I can get ready for the trip. And I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God, the fee to send this is only like 15 cents. Jesus, thank you. But I will say,
I'll be right back.
no,
I
do
can
your
still
thing, do
hear
your
you.
thing. I'll slide with you guys. I'll get you guys right here with me, man. We talking here. Let me go through these comments while we wait for Scotty P to stop being Scotty P. And why in the world is this thing here? Like, what is this? What are you? Oh, I can just do that. I feel stupid now because I could have just did that. And then what if? Well, no, because then that does that. And so we're gonna go back. Whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead. Man, the hype is dead, as it should be. The hype is dead. Good. This is when we accumulate. Yeah, man. Wise, go get your funds. DYX look like it's double bottoming. It does. That's the thing. It really does look like it's double bottoming out here. The Dixie, the dollar index, it looks like a straight double bottom, and it looks like it's trying to gain its strength back. And then what happens then? What happens when it gets its strength back? I mean, granted, we're looking at like very long time frames. Like, this is like what 2009, and so I don't know. Maybe it's gonna make an all new low down here. I feel like it might make an all new low, but we don't know, to be honest.
What are we looking at? Oh, okay.
So what do you mean you're about to PFC? Well, what do you mean you're about to catch a bunch of AR and VR things? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, because of the gas fees? So when it comes to the APY on quick swap and the farming, you have to remember, like, when you see those crazy stupid high APYs, what's happening is you're providing liquidity, or you're providing whatever two assets into those farms. Yeah, and you're farming those yields. And what's happening is, the reason why those APYs are so high is because they're inflating their own cryptocurrency to give you those APYs. And as the price of that cryptocurrency goes up and down, those percentage APYs go up and down as well. So yeah, the APYs are really good, but you just have to understand like what you're doing. If you're incurring impermanent loss for those APYs, you may just be evening out the whole time, and you're not probably doing anything because you're getting hit with so much impermanent loss. Like, I know a lot of people were doing like the Matic something pool, and I'm just thinking to myself, if they got in like, and just to keep it, I see they're really updating their website. I ain't mad at that. About time.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody, and this may just be a little dip, but anybody who got in, what, from May 15th to now, and they're farming APY on Matic, and they're using Matic as the pair, they're getting hit with stupid and permanent loss. Now, granted, yes, they're getting crazy APY. Granted, the fees are stupid cheap. Granted, all of these things, but just remember, make your profit, take out your initial investment, and let the rest ride. Don't forget to take out your initial investment, because if you don't do that, you're going to become a bag holder, and you're going to get mad, and you're going to get frustrated why the price of your token isn't going well, why your favorite Twitter account or YouTuber that was talking about it is not talking about it anymore.
And then you'll start yelling the word scam because you bought at the tippy top.
Oh yeah, no, like, like I said, make your gains. Go on there, get these APY, farm that shit.
Hell yeah.
Just know to take your profits, please, and don't let no one ever tell you you're wrong for taking profits, because you could have been taking profits. You could have been taking profits all throughout this top, and people would have been like, "Have fun staying poor. Have fun staying poor." Now look at you, have fun staying poor.
When the hell did that become the new catchphrase? I don't. I just don't like the tone.
It's part of the
of that
toxicity
one.
of the community.
Yeah,
It's part
I
of the
hate that.
toxicity.
But guess what? If you had been taking profits and staying poor, guess what? You had money to buy the dip.
You'd be able to go to DR.
Hey, brother, I want to tell you what. I took 3 weeks of NFY farm rewards, and when I got back and I sold those, and that paid for the whole Miami trip. Let your hobby take care of you. You take care of your hobby, but then let your hobby take care of you.
When it comes to the whole carbon swap, I don't know how to get. I have to look out how to get. Like, I'm in it. I'm still farming. I still got carbon swap tokens farming and whatnot. I believe they had a snapshot vote. I voted with my coins on the snapshot vote to what was it? Take the right and go crazy. Were you did you vote on that?
No, I
Oh,
didn't. I didn't.
I vote on those things because you never know if they're ever going to give an airdrop for voting or if they're going
Yeah,
to do whatever. But I want,
it's funny because that's where my mind went right away. Was like, you know what? I bet you they do like something special for people that did that. uh, no, no, I didn't do it.
what website am I on? Oh, hold on. Hold on. I got to get to the carbon swap website. I don't want the docs. Get rid of the docs. I want the carbon swap website. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, and whatever. And the fire starters. Choose wisely. And then it takes you to the vote. And then you make a vote. Now, I think I have the carbon swap RPC. I think I have the carbon swap RPC on my laptop and I don't have it on. Yeah, I don't have the EWT RPC on this one. I could put it on real quick, but I know there's a link. If anybody can remember the link, I was with Low Key Money for the link, but we dropped the link and it allows you to just like add like all the major most popular side chains to your MetaMask in like a click. And I can't remember the link for that. So if anybody
Interesting.
can remember that link, please let me know.
Hmm.
Friskers, where do you see if you've acquired them? Yeah. Because I'm on here, and he said, and then he said, I'm on the farming page. You had to join the on the link. You had to join the summoning starting event 7. I don't
George,
see like there are levels to this. I have no clue. This is what happens when you stop paying attention to crypto for a couple of days, and next thing you know, this happens and this happens. I need this.
Georgie asked in my chat, "Hey, do you remember what the gas fees were when the whole meme dog crap was going on? It's like 400, $500 for a trade,
That should have been a sign of a top two.
right? You think?"
That should have been a sign of a top two. I mean, but when you're in that phase euphoria, you don't really think about it that way. All right. Well, we're probably gonna wrap this up in like 10 more minutes.
Alrighty.
Just wanted to make sure to get like some good content. Just want to make sure that you guys get some stuff. But we can talk about some coins if you guys want to talk about some coins. I
And
mean, everything's wrecked.
I've
Everything's wrecked.
I've got one here in a second, but first I want to give you and hope a small.
I will say younger, I wasn't really taking pictures much. And when I was a younger kid growing up, I don't really have a lot of pictures of myself growing up as a kid. And I kind of regret that now. I regret that a lot, not having a lot of pictures of myself as a kid. Because, as you get older, you start losing those memories of like those small, important times.
But
And you
yeah,
just
dude,
forget them. But those pictures would probably remind you, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot this day. I remember when X, Y, and Z happened and this, and that.
yeah.
And so
What happens?
I'm taking a lot more pictures now.
Yeah, our brains, how it works is because there's only so much RAM. It takes your memories and it zips them and it puts them in a small thing. So a lot of times when you look back at this trip, you'll look back as one big snapshot that kind of fades all of them into another. But when you go back in and you look at those things, you may not remember what you did here, this, but you'll remember, oh, you know what? We had this great whatever when we were there. It was unbelievable. And even the smells and the sounds will bring back. There's a part of the brain. So enjoy the entire experience, but also remember as much of it as you can, and you'll do that through pictures. So I'll shut up.
But yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and end it right there, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming back. Of course, I always gotta bring Scotty P back to the channel so we can get this old man insight. We gotta get this boomer insight because hey, look, Scotty P knows what he's talking about, dog. Scotty P has experience, and if there's one thing you never disrespect experience, bro. So appreciate you, Scotty P.
All my love, brother. All my love.
Other than that, check you guys next time. Take it easy. Peace. Yeah.
Later.
Oh, thank you, Bovid, for the $1. All right.
Hang on. I'm still live. Let me get out of here.
Okay, I think you're still.
There we go.